With that being said, let's get right into it. Opening discussion, I want to start off with State of the Union. Kenneth, I'm going to come to you first because we did this last night, and we had a crowd here, and we reacted to it. But from your end, long speech, went through a lot of different things. I think he spent nearly 15 minutes just on recognizing the hockey team. What is your takeaway from last night's State of the Union speech?
I mean, I think the most striking thing is he's having fun. He enjoyed it, whether other people did or not. Some people love him, some people hate him, but he's really feeling it. I saw him give another speech in the World Economic Forum recently. Same thing. He's.
Why do you think he's having fun?
Well, I mean, why is he having fun?
Yeah, it's actually a question because there's so many things that are against him, right? Why do you think he's having fun?
Well, I think, he certainly has a very optimistic vision of himself. I mean, that's part of what drives him. I also say, having seen him, you can, love him or hate him, but he has charisma. I mean, there's no question when you see him in person and such. Now, why is he having fun? I mean, he's, again, there's a negative and a positive spin on this, but he had 4 years to think about what he wanted to do and what went wrong, and feels like he's doing it. And I think obviously people say he's enriching himself and all that, but I think he believes, what he's doing is the right thing by and large.
What was your favorite part last night?
Oh, I think the part that worked really well was where he was talking about, people that had grief and very difficult things. And, I thought that was very touching, and there was a lot of it, and, hard to see how you couldn't feel good about that.
Do you think the part when he says, stand up if you're for the American people, and sit down if you're for illegal immigrants, you think that moment was a missed opportunity for Democrats, or do you think they collectively talked and said, guys, no matter what he says, we're not standing up?
Well, I think the Democrats have not coalesced around a vision yet, and that kind of showed, and he was able to emphasize that in some of the remarks he made.
Brandon, where are you at with it?
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing is his ability to act totally calm, confident, and portray as if he's having fun when there's an absolute storm going on inside his world, inside his head probably. Like whether it's, when he was under all the legal pressure, that was probably when he looked the most stressed, but he's got the tariff thing going on. He's got things going on with China, with Mexico, all over the world, but he's not showing it at all. So, we were talking about before, like that skill set, being able to act totally composed and make it look like you're having fun and make it look easy when it's obviously incredibly difficult. There's something special and so likable about making something look easy when it's incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Tom, your thoughts? We obviously talked about it last night, but from seeing how the market is reacting, maybe start off with what Wall Street Journal said. Start off with that headline.
Well, yeah, Wall Street Journal had a very interesting headline, and it was, Trump hails an economic turnaround many voters don't see. And so the Journal was getting credit for the economic turnaround. There's been a lot of things that happened. Consumer price index, inflation. You look at the things that have happened, and there it is. There's the title right there. I think you're seeing on screen. But many voters don't see it. I believe that he was having fun, and I believe that this headline is correct. There has been an economic turnaround. There has been progress. But I think it's happened in most favored nations on pharmaceutical costs for people that are on Medicare. That is real, and it has happened. And you see what has happened on energy. Look at the price of a gallon of gas. That's real, and it's happened. But what hasn't happened is inflation drove up the price of groceries and the nominal expenses. So even though inflation has stopped driving those up radically further, it's still expensive for America. And so they're pointing out, I wondered if beef prices and other large commodities had come down first, and then energy, and then pharmaceuticals, would the Americans feel different right now? Because the benefits of them would have happened in a different order. But I think that many voters don't see it, because every week you go to the grocery store, every week you go there, and then you've got, what I call the perpetuation of perception, where you've got the mainstream media and the Democrats saying, oh, it sucks, you're being hurt, it sucks, you're being hurt, it sucks, you're being hurt. And I think that doesn't help. But I thought he was having fun. I thought there was an economic turnaround, and I think the Wall Street Journal and others were pointing out that the scorecard he went over was statistically real. They picked on some other things, but there is a huge list of things, and yes, driven by tariffs that were used as bargaining chips, that there is an economic turnaround. Remember, this is 13 months. Look at what has happened in 13 months. And I think when people look at the here and now and they feel bad, Pat, or they feel stress, they forget that what has happened in 13 months. We have a leader that's driving, and that leader was sitting at the podium last night with enthusiasm.
Rob, can you turn off your ringtone? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I'm with that. And, yesterday CNN did a poll. And I'm not talking about the poll that we showed the plus minus on independents. I'm talking about the poll that they did on who's the leading front runner. Rob, did you see this with Harry Enton? Have you seen this yet with Harry Enton? He was showing who the leading front runner is for Democrats. This is the first time in nearly 40 years that a Democrat is not above 25%. There's not a lead dog.
Wow.
There's not a person they're looking at. There's not a single person that's above 25%.
Yeah, going into midterm year.
Going into the midterm year. He says this is something that we haven't seen in a very long time.
Different types of sales leaders I've worked with the last 20 years. One of them are those that are a boss, that are telling you what to do. One of them is one that wants to be a friend. He wants to say, hey, Johnny, let me help you get to this next level. And then the other one is the leader that's sitting down with you, accountable, challenge, pushing you. You can do more, expectation, business planning. Each one of them has pros and blind spots. Once a year, I host an event called the Sales Leadership Summit. This year, we're doing it at the beautiful Trump Doral, March 25th through the 27th, where we talk about topics like this, 200 plus pages in a manual with people from around the world. You have to do a minimum of $1 million a year and 5 salespeople to qualify to attend this. So if you're someone that's watching and saying, I think I'm like a boss, I think I'm like a friend, I think I'm a leader, I want to find my blind spots, click on a link below, fill out the information. One of our consultants will get a hold of you.
Click on a link. I do believe the executive tickets have sold out, but there's 2 other tier tickets for those that want to find out about it.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.